your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and
lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know. also misery, it's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain.
I know my limits. You can break me down, but I'll take till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. See you again.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. That it feels right. Feels right. So right, so right, so right.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Confidence may fall. I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to hold on to me. Hold on.
you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed. Let me
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everybody. We are about an hour late, but we will be, of course, kicking off our best of 3 between GE Sports and Mammoth Gaming. My name is Over, I'll be your caster for tonight, so obviously we'll have a little bit of fun. And as you can hear, I'm still a little bit, well, I still have a bit of a runny nose, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but certainly a lot better than the last time we met each other. In any case, gents, I believe we are finally prepared to kick it off, as it is going to be the Cobx Gaming, of course, or more so the Cobx Masters India close qualifier, I apologize. And of course the grand finals, Global Esports versus Mammoth Gaming. And this is it. This is the best of 3 that will decide who goes to the main event. It's going to be, well, it's going to be a best of 3. As said, as mentioned, it is coming down to pretty much this. It's the last of the last, I guess you could say. I do not know what is the veto, as I was not informed about it, but hopefully we'll get some news about it early on. The pistol's already live though, gentlemen, as Rexy finds the entry, and that's going to be GE Sports finding themselves the early one. And certainly, for the moment, it looks like Mammoth might be actually hitting B site. But with 3 players in upper, we'll actually be pushing right now. Tito is alone on site. Let's see what he can do. Camel finds himself 1. It's Aster to fall. It's still going to be a 2-man advantage to GE keep. We'll see how well this one works out. The game sound should be back as well, I think. Yeah, Camel. Still going to be a 4-on-2. It's Haivana versus Pasha Hill, excuse me. And well, Antidoltenberg and Rexy will take them both down. Not a problematic position at all for GE, it seems like. They lose Tito and Zornek, but it's good enough. They win the pistol. They open up the first map, Dust 2. Now, to anybody just tuning in right here, right now, this is the grand finals of the Cobx Masters India Close Qualifier. The winner, of course, going straight into the main tournament. $100,000 prize pool to play for. Certainly nothing to joke around with, and certainly nothing to mess about with. It is going to be a UMP, an MP9, and 2 M4s, a FAMAS on GE. While for Mammoth, they do not decide to pick up any Kevlar. Fair enough, you know, you have to respect that. Usually force buys do not result with victories on Dust 2 at least. If this was Inferno, perhaps Train, perhaps Nuke even, a force buy would be quite useful, but Rexy gonna find himself the first target, the second to Anti-Doltenberg from Goose, excuse me. That's the round over, or at least should be pretty soon. I mean, Ponfillet, he's not gonna have much luck as Anti-Doltenberg is in a very good off angle. Zornik smartly enough not pushing long through doors, just waiting patiently and... Ooh, Pasha. Yeah. A clean round, as you would expect. And we're about to kick off the first gun round, as we have the AWP on Hunter. He is on a glass cannon though, that is a problem. If he wants to take a challenge and goes into a one-on-one duel, he's going to be in deep trouble. Early on, Tito is lost, which is perhaps a bit of a drawback, but certainly Camel coming in to hold B with the smoke is going to put Mammoth back a little bit. They're not going to push through, at least they should not. Camel will have a free kill, and he should be watching the smoke. As long as smoke is up, he has an advantage. Here comes the pop flashed out, as they should be getting ready for this B hit. All 5 players in upper. Here comes the first one, the second as well, and Camel, I'm not sure what he was thinking, but he kind of slows himself down with a slow walk through 2 doors, and he misses his timing completely. Anti-Doltenberg will be caught as well, as Hyvana was on point. That's going to be B-site lost, and I'm surprised it actually works this well. Usually you wouldn't see such success coming from a straight B push through tunnels without any mid presence, without anybody. I mean, the CTs literally knew this was coming, yet they were not exactly too prepared for it. And Rexy, as the last man standing, he's saving his AWP. And the map picks are apparently Dust to Inferno and Train. I've just opened up chat, so thank you very much there. So Dust to, I presume, maybe the pick of GE, and Mammoth picking Inferno. Certainly I like Inferno and Train to be picked, although Dust to perhaps not the best map to enjoy. But we'll see how this one works out. As GE will find themselves in a bit of a weird position. Their economy is not exactly in a very good standing now. I do not know how many of you play CS regularly or such and such, but there was an update last night, and I do presume this is being played on the new update, which would only make sense. 25 bullets for the M4A1S, and of course a very different economy now working in favor of both teams. And this will actually mean that there will no longer be any hard breaking points that the CTs could endure if they, you know, if they have 5 rounds lost in a row. And if they lose 1, they're still going to be kept at a, well, at a pretty decent loss rate if they, well, win 1 and then lose 1 more straight after. So no hard reset except if you lose like, or win 5 in a row, you have no more loss bonus extra, and you lose 1, then you're gonna kind of start from the beginning. But Rexy finds 2, as Ponfilla does refrag finally, but it's a little bit too late, I would dare say. 45 seconds remaining, a player coming through long, and this round should be ending pretty soon, and Anti-Doltenberg, not even a problem. A simple kill and a simple opener, as GE will actually break the tease. Not fully, obviously, but And yeah, it is GE picking Inferno while Mammoth picking Dust 2. Obviously. Actually, it's not Train as our third. It is Overpass, guys. Okay, so wrong info from chat. It is Overpass as our third and final map, not Train. But in any case, full buy on both sides still present. It's going to be, of course, Aster with a Deagle. The rest with AKs and an AWP on Pun Filler. 2 AUGs and 3 M4s. I'm surprised there is no silenced M4 being played. That's pretty surprising at all. To be completely honest, I would expect more silenced M4s to be played now, since the AUG has been increased in price and the M4 increased in amount of bullets it has in the magazine, as we all called for the last, well, 5 years, 7 years since the game has been released. Almost. Or at least since the rework of the game, or more so the accuracy of the M4 and such. On from long, nobody's suspecting this, and Hyvena will be caught in the back. That's all Rexy needed to do now. The rotation for GE has to go straight to site B, and it is, of course. Camel is already indoors. It's going to be, of course, Tito supporting him. And this is a pretty easy round for GE, actually. Mammoth, they're all coming to go through doors B again, yet again. And it's not really going to be working too well. Camel gets one. He's going to find both, as the op has been missing his shots as Camel finds the 3k. Tito might be lost, but the damage dealt is what matters most. And as we spoke about earlier, Mammoth Gaming, since they did force up, they will be forced to play into, well, they will be playing into a bit of an eco right now. We've got a few pistols, deagles. No Kevlar, interestingly enough. There is quite a, well, not the best of lost bonus yet, but they could have afforded perhaps Kevlar on Pun Filler and Hyvena. Ooh, through short, they will go. On long, it is Zornek to hold the line. Anti-Daltonberg. Easy to. Zornek finds one more and Camel finishes the job. By the way, just to mention, I am on auto director, so apologize if we're not actually hitting everything. As always, Caster always trusts the chat, boys. Keep that in mind. By the way, shout out to everybody in chat tonight watching the grand finals of the Cobx India closed qualifier. Cobx Masters India closed qualifier. Tito, that nade could have dealt a lot more damage. Lucky for Hunter, he's hiding in the corner. And so far, GE playing very well. They're able to keep themselves alive and on sights in CT. There will be a player trying to deny this play. Zoranek, he's kind of lingering on through the smoke. Gonna push through. Camel gonna be caught pushing out through window. It's Hyvena. He does not finish his opponent, though. Camel's, excuse me, not Camel, Tito still alive as Hyvena burns, actually. But finally, Pasha Shahil will be able to refrag. A 2-on-2 kept as Anti-Dottenberg is coming through mid, and Rexy's already got a great angle on Pasha. As Mr. Sahil had not expected the CT to be this deep, this close, this soon. And it's all eyes on Astea. It's a 1-on-2 that he has to win. If Mammoth wish to have a chance, just try and tie the score back up. Unfortunately, Rexy peeks out too well. He's already pre-aiming the corner. And he's prepared for the engagement. As you can see right now, we are at 6-1. 9-1 for Rexy with 5 ping. While Camel 7-3 with 160 ping, and Zorne as well at 150 ping. I am surprised they have this much ping. Wow, okay. That puts a new light on things, while for Mammoth, it looks like it's all much better in that case. But everybody, this seems to be a pretty one-sided first half, at least. The map picked by Mammoth is not going exactly too well, or at least according to what we are seeing. Camel finds the entry yet again. Rexy this time, Molly's long, but misses it. This could be Hyvena's double. Unfortunately, the only one he picks up is Rexy. Zorning was there fast enough to refrag. Lucky to be alive, though. He did get tagged, and if that were a headshot, we could be looking at a different outcome. But Mammoth, a man down yet again, and they're finding themselves in these positions at all times. Dusty is a map where, as a T player, or as a T team, you are not allowed to be at a disadvantage. Currently, sure, Mammoth do have mid control as well as B uppers control, or at least relative B uppers control and long. Now the point is, Dust2 is a heavy aim map, and you have to rely on your aim to win. That's the biggest problem of Dust2, and many teams, many players might not have the best aim to work around this. There goes one. It's going to be Ponfilla to take down Camel. That's a good start. Zasta trying to pick B, and nice headshot. Good reaction, actually. This might save the round. Finally, GE could be falling prey to Mammoth's incursion onto B site. As we do have two players coming through mid, they're going to be sticking together. This is it. This is basic CS rules, boys. Basic rule of thumb, always stick together in a scenario like this, trying to help each other for the retake. If you split up, there's a high chance you might be isolated in a one-on-one, killed, and then your player or your teammate is left alone to his own devices. Anti-Dottenberg, though, he's about to die. Unfortunately, he's been heard from Ponfilla once he scoped in. Everybody knew, or more so, Ponfilla knew he's there. And Zoranik, oh, he turns for the 180. But unfortunately, re-peaks sight straight after. Misses his timing. It will be a rebuy reinvestment from the CTs, so there's that. They're playing from Poland. Okay. I did not know. Mid play again from Mammoth. This time at least making it out of the doors without losing anybody. Hunter. Well, he's going to take down one. That should be enough, actually. Ponfilla and Pasha able to clear off the site, making sure that GE aren't able to defend, as Anti-Dottenberg has only an AWP to his name. He's going to be forced to save it. The money is not exactly perfect as well for GE, keep that in mind. They're currently kind of lacking in that retrospect, actually. And this is where perhaps not many people understand, or have not even read about the new changes to the economy, but basically, this is where the CTs... You know, this is where the CTs could find themselves in a pretty bad way, I guess you could say. Mammoth might have an easy time with the old economy to get up to 6 rounds, 7 rounds, potentially take it 9-6 back on the first half, which is very realistic. But the difference of the new economy is basically once Mammoth have won 4 rounds in a row, it's going to be GE at maximum loss bonus. And once they receive that maximum loss bonus, if they win 1 round after they lose 4 in a row, they win that. Their loss bonus doesn't get reset to 1,400. Alas, it goes down to 2,900 and stays there until they win again. And once they win again, it goes down one slower into the second part into 2,400 and then back into 1,900 and then into 1,400. That is how it goes. In any case, it's an eco round for GE. They realize their money is, you know, there's no point in forcing up. So, there's that. By the way, I actually remember Camel. He used to coach, I think it was Pride or Pact, one or the other, one of the Polish teams. That's why his name was so familiar to me. But I don't remember Zoranek. As I've noticed now, he's also one of the Polish players, as you guys said, Camel and Zoranek. So it makes sense that they have this much spring playing on an Indian server. And Tito, he's going to be lost. Anti-Dottenberg will not even get away with a single kill more. Mammoth Gaming, well, they're certainly succeeding at being able to put themselves on the board. 2 rounds remaining to tie it up. Not that big of an issue, really. It is their map pick. They're on the T side, certainly having a bit of an easier time taking positions at least. I'm Jenna. I am from Slovenia, by the way. Thank you for asking. Yeah, with such high ping, I mean, you can still kill people and hit people, but your first bullet has to be absolutely on point, and you can still kill people, no problem. The difficult thing is, it's hard to manage the spray if you're facing more than one opponent. Because the 5th, 6th, 7th bullet will no longer be hitting the way you're used to it hitting. Especially if the ping is variating a lot. Ooh, Rexy gonna peek long. Unfortunately, Ponfilla will catch him. And Dottenberg is able to refrag. Keeping it at a 4-on-4 is very vital for GE. Keep in mind, their money is not too good, but their loss bonus is not that horrendous yet. Camel gets the entry on B. An immediate return from Asta. Pulls back, tries to force out perhaps a fake pullback. To perhaps GE over-rotating or such. As Zornik is playing from short. This is a dangerous spot for him. Not sure why he's lingering on. He should be either pushing forward top mid or going into lower. And I understand perhaps this might be controversial, but certainly this position here is doing him no favors. And here we go. He will push top mid. This is the timing. This is what we needed to see. He could have been a little bit faster to do it as well. And he might miss the timing right now through T-base. Yes, he does. Asta will catch him. And that's the point. See, the thing is, when you watch something onto lower for so long, you either pull back or you should have pulled sooner to play onto top mid. Try and get yourself in an advantage. He was playing for Pride, right? Yeah, okay, I knew it. Yeah, I remember him. I casted a lot of Pride half a year ago, maybe even more. A year, almost. I don't remember Zornik, at least not as acutely as Camel, but yeah, and to Dottenberg, trying to pull a few no-scopes, trying to be a bit of a kukli man. Not really going to succeed, though, unfortunately, and I think he should have been already saving. He's going to miss one more bullet through long. It is Mr. Tito Savage coming to save the day, but Tito is not going to be too successful at doing anything, really. And I have to ask, I presume there's quite a few Hindu viewers and obviously fans of both teams in chat. Do you guys know who Tito is in terms of European importance? And it's not much European, it's more like the Balkan state, the Balkan region. Is it, you know, is Tito somebody important in your language or more so in your culture? Or, you know, or important? A figure in history, I guess I should ask. Or is it just a common name? Because Tito, Josip Broz Tito was one of the, well, the leader of Yugoslavia after the end of World War II. That's why I ask. You know, so maybe he knows him, or at least has learned about him in school or something, and, you know, chooses to take his name. Not a very common name, Tito. Bit of a pistol buy. It's an eco, effectively. Pistols and Kevlar. Good pop flash and long might actually give them something, but unfortunately for them, Mammoth Gaming is ready, and Ponfilla, Pasha Shahil, excuse me, finding easy kills, easy rounds. Although all three are low, actually, this could change the outcome quite nicely, as Anti-Dottenberg has an op. He's going to be watching top mid. The first player to peek might be taking a bullet to the head, although, smartly enough, he's not going to linger long there, as he's rather going to check B site and make sure it's in their control, as GE are making a call, a judgment call, if you will. They're going to be taking mid control and pushing towards B, while for Mammoth, seems like they're making the right decision, pushing back towards long and retaking it fully, and I think that's the smartest decision, really. If you think about it, they have to deal with only pistols, and sure, they know Anti-Dottenberg has an AWP, or at least they should realize that. So all they have to do is stick together, go for the site all in one, not allow themselves to be isolated against the AWP, and they're good to go. They should be easy to take the site. And as we can see right now, through long, they're all going in together. This is a round done. GE, they will be happy to get away with the AWP. There's no point in retaking this. Exit frags should be their only priority right now. Even going here where Tito is going right now is useless. Maybe he gets a kill if he jumps Kukli style. That's possible. And he will actually get a kill. Unfortunately, does not prevent the plant. That is a bit unlucky, I guess you could say. A 3-on-3, no plant could actually still favor GE. But here, with the plant down, as long as Mammoth are not playing dumb, as long as they're not going to push themselves to death, this should be a pretty easy round for Mammoth. And Tito could perhaps get away with another frag, actually. It's possible. But, I mean, yeah, he's out of position already. He's not going to be able to save anything as well. At least shouldn't. I mean, Hyvana is spotting the angle. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. No. I just ask because I'm interested. You know, I'm just, you know, I just ask. Because I've been casting CS for about a year and a half almost, or actually it's been a year and a half really, and you know, I ask if it's something that perhaps is important, and I've never come across a nickname Tito, you know, never actually met very few people, if any people at all, that would be named Tito. But double up, I digress. It's gonna be GE with a double up. Camel peeks out B upper, and that's it. That's the 150 ping that comes into play. You can easily play with the op. Obviously, you have to make sure that you're standing absolutely still and you are accurate when you shoot, but you will be able to hit that shot. That's the glory of the AWP. A deagle could work easily as well here. If you're gonna hit that shot with a deagle, you can easily pull it off as well. An AK as well. You just have to hit the first bullet. That's all that matters. The first bullet will always be accurate, at least for the most part. Ah, okay, Vasu. I appreciate it. I appreciate the bit of knowledge. Tito is derived from the ancient region of Titanderabad, named after the founder of the Titeshwar dynasty. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of this, and certainly is a bit of knowledge that does not hurt to learn. Bonfilla will take the kill on Tito as he was blinded out. Good hit by Camel. 150 ping still in play, and Camel, ooh, he's going to be lucky to get alive here. He will burn a little bit, but I think he can still survive, and Pasha Shell will, of course, push him, if nothing else, and secure that frag. A 3v2 retake is actually not as doable as it might sound, although Rexy from upper will catch the kill. That's the important part. That's what matters most. And now Bonfilla, he cannot plant without being rushed by 3 players, and he's going to go into the corner. Of course, no chance. He does plant at least, but no chance of surviving. GE 7-6, and a pretty decent comeback, I guess you could say, for the most part. Now, we will be having a bit of a, I guess you could say a bit of a slow round. We've got 2 ops on both sides, which is very unusual for, I guess for Dust it's not as unusual as you could say for the T side to have 2 ops, but certainly for the most maps, or at least for the other parts of the map pool, it is. And early on, a lot of damage dealt onto Bonfilla and Hyvana. This will put a bit of a troublesome start for Mammoth, but it seems like it's not going to troublesome too much, or more so not trouble them too much, as Hunter and Hyvana find both 2 kills. That's enough. Camel will refrag at least. There's 1. Still going to be kept a 7-6 result. Make it 7-7 pretty soon, though. A 3v4 retake is never going to work on B, unless you can get a kill within the first few moments. Oh, that's spam. Oh. Oh, you got me good, boys. I just got memed by India. I never thought that would happen to me, but okay. Well played, guys. Well played. I thought that might be the case because everybody started spamming that, but I was like, okay, you know, I trust you guys. I'll trust you. I'll be your friend if you'll be my friend, but I guess I trusted the wrong people. There's a lesson to be learned, gentlemen. Never trust strangers on the internet, no matter how good they look. Or at least, how how well they, I don't know how to say, how well they feel. 7-7 though, it's going to be another full buy on both sides. Lucky for GE, they survive with 3 rifles. They are able to drop the second op, or save it up. Keeping it at a 7-7 result, Mammoth Gaming very competitive against GE currently. And keep in mind, this map pick has been chosen by Mammoth Gaming. Oof, Aster. Very nice refrag. Camel still gets the kill, which is a surprise, but darn. That's going to put a bit of a new hit onto the side of GE. Certainly Camel dying is not a good cause, as he has currently 13 kills against the 4 of Tito, and Zornek not dealing well with his ping at 7. I think this is the best way to showcase how ping does not necessarily affect everybody. Camel, he's doing relatively well given he has pretty high ping. A minute left on the clock, and the first half is about to come to an end slowly but surely. It is going to be, of course, a pretty important ending of the half for Mammoth, I guess you could say. If they're going on to Inferno next and they picked Dust 2, I would say Mammoth perhaps do not exactly want to play Dust 2, or excuse me, Inferno too much. I would presume this is the update being played by both teams, actually. I would be surprised if it's not, because usually whenever you're not having a dedicated server, like a specific server for specific things that you can yourself not update and make sure your opponents, or more so your teams that are playing online, do not update as well. Usually you can then force them to play that, but if everybody else updated, they should be updating the server as well and should be playing on the new update. In any case, Tito the last man alive. We did kind of see Mammoth just taking away, or more so chipping away at GE without much problem, and Tito not getting a single kill is going to be the ending of the first half. 8-7, a pretty darn decent good comeback from Mammoth given how it looked early on. Got to keep in mind it was 6-1 at one point, and GE looked quite convincing. A bit of a disconnect from Aster. So we'll take a short intermission, technical pause, of course natural internet issues, as always. Ante Dottenburg. Is that how you pronounce it? You know what, guys? I know this is a meme. I know this is a joke, and I'm sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to do it. I know the meme from Dota 2. It's the best sound emote I have ever heard in my life. It is literally the best in Dota 2. And I don't know if you guys hate it or not. I might do it. Do you want me to do the impression? Because I'm pretty damn decent at making impressions. In that case, the Lakat Matatad. Oh man, I laughed so much when I heard it the first time. Whew. Oh damn. The hype is real, I guess you could say. By the way, appreciating all the love though from chat, gentlemen. Love y'all. I do apologize about not being too energetic at times. I am still quite sick. My nose is full, as you can hear me speak through my mouth and not breathe through my nose, which is a problem. My throat is still a little bit aching, and I've still got a little bit of voice to recover, get back at. But I'm feeling a lot much better. I was quite sick about 2 to 3 days ago. I had a lot of fever, high fever, excuse me, and such and such. Seven to 8. First half, or excuse me, second half pistol will continue momentarily. Still no sign about Asta. We are on a bit of a delay on stream, by the way, just so you guys know. There's about a 2-minute delay between you and me, so everything I say you hear, or more so, you hear 2 minutes later. Yes, by the way, some people might be surprised as to what is going on in the kill feed when you see a player die with a with a flashbang in front of them, with a assist with a flashbang like, that means that the player was blinded, or at least was flashed previously before dying, to a certain degree. So there's that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's the one. Ah. Ah. Lakat matatag, normalin, normalin. That's how I can do it. That's what I can do. Sorry, I know. I'm not gonna do it anymore because obviously I will admit, where I come from, I do not have much experience with any other peoples besides the people around me. So it's like we don't have any sick. The religion, where I don't know how to properly pronounce it, but not people mistake them with Muslims. Sikh people, for example, or Indian people, or African people, or anything like that. There's mostly predominantly white people here where I live, Europe, Central Europe at least. So it's a little bit different. And I'm always very much open to anybody's culture because I've never met, I want to meet everybody, and like whoever I meet, I want to, get to know them, or in certain degree. Oh, Kunal Kumar, you're speaking Slovenian. What? How can you speak Slovenian, good sir? Antti Dottenberg. If you are wondering, we had delay. Vinet Vasu, we had delay. The first time I was casting, I already had delay. Actually, a little bit of a less delay than I have now, actually. But yeah, guys, tell me where you're all from. Are you all from India? Are you all from the region of, from the Indian region, excuse me. I see the meme is still going around about Tito's name. So fair enough. There's that. One of the players is not yet connected. That is the reason why we are not continuing the game yet. So there's that. Pauses always bring the best out of us. But anyway, how y'all doing? Hopefully you've all had a great day. I know that India is 4 hours and a half in front of us, so basically, currently the time for me is 4:23, so 16:23 p.m. It is 4:30 or half to 5, I don't know how you want to call it. So it makes it 9 for you guys, I think, right? You guys are 4 hours and a half ahead of us, so yeah, it should be like, yeah, it should be 9 actually. Should be 9 o'clock, 9 p.m., something like that almost. One fall for twice. I will not. I will not. I actually Googled it this time, and I know that is actually a very famous actor in India now. Or at least an actor in India. Whew. Some people like to meme the hell out of me. And I know, I like memes. Translator? Yeah. I mean, I imagined you're using translator, but still. Sunjet Mystery, you're from Mars? Well, appreciate it. I'm from Venus. I'm sure we can find somebody from Uranus. The fun in online games. And pauses. Magical pauses, as always. 30 seconds to log in, 30 seconds to count down. Launch ready. Ignition started. It's 9, yeah. I gathered as much. It's weird actually talking to chat with a minute and 20 seconds delay. Not exactly the best thing, but, you know, happens. Kunal Kumari, yes, I am casting from Slovenia. Yes, I am. I am living in Slovenia, always have, and I am casting from there. That is true, good sir. My Twitter, by the way, if somebody is wondering, is at Overseer, so feel free to check it out if you will. I'm not a very big man on social media. I'm pretty robust when it comes to social media, so you know, don't invest that much time in it. I do apologize. I'm just not that kind of person, I guess. Vasu Chutarvedi. My name is Over. Appreciate it. Overseer. Ljubim Tekole. Logan official. That means I love you, bicycle. That's what you wrote, my friend. Kolesa or kolo is multiple, or it is multiple bicycles, and kolo is basic plural is kolesa for bicycles, and singular is bicycle is kolo. So there's that, you know. Oh, thank you very much, Logan. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Damn. Well, there we go. That's gonna be... Anyway, 78, we will be continuing on forward, gentlemen. It is going to be the second half starting off. It is the pistol that will be lighting the match, that will be lighting the breeze in front of us. It is going to be four Glocks, a smoke, a flash, and a P250. I'm surprised we see the P250, but okay, that's enough. Short push, we've already got a player deep embedded into lower, and look at this, Mammoth Gaming, they're reading this perfectly. They're all going to be going on towards B. They've all set themselves against B. And they know about this. Astar, he's going to find one. It's going to be Hunter with a second. Oh, Hunter with a double. That might be enough. He chases Anti-Dottenberg, but it is him that gets one, unfortunately, back, although it does not really matter. Hyvenar was lost. It's all eyes on Tito, and he's far too away from home to be comfortable. He's going to have to do a lot better than the man in the late 50s and 60s to rejuvenate his economy. Yugoslavia suffered the same kind of defeat. So it's going to be, of course, a 1-on-4 that he is most likely not going to win. Not to take anything away from Tito Man, who is a savage. But unfortunately, going up against 4 members of Mammoth Gaming might be a bit too much. Slow round, though. And Asta will take down Tito easily, as you would imagine. Now this will be an eco round, so GE is gonna have to rethink their strategy. They're certainly gonna have to rethink their lives and what the hell they're gonna be doing within the up-and-coming gun round. That Molotov actually, even though it's failed, it's actually working in the favor of Mammoth more than anything, and puts a lot more safety in the hands of Mammoth than anything else. Hunter, oh, big rookie mistake by Hunter. Letting go of A site, running towards long because his teammates got some kills on long. He's running towards the site, or more so towards long itself, leaving side open. Guys, I will teach you a few rules of thumbs of CS. I myself, I guess you could say I pride myself with understanding the game quite well. I am a player as well. I am trying to make it through as a player as well, and been playing for 4 years, 5 years in total overall, for CSGO specifically. And out of the 5 years, I've been playing 4 years basically trying to break onto the semi-pro scene. Was able to get into the FPLC qualifiers a few times in Europe. Unfortunately, never succeeded to get through because it is extremely, extremely hard to pass the open qualifiers due to the fact that, you know, so many retarded people play, and that's the way it is. Some people are not meant to play this game, even though they might have good aim, they might have good reaction. They just don't have the game understanding. They don't have the communication and team play. But in any case, it's gonna be the gun round and a good pop flash. Pasha Shahil will find one. That's actually perfect. Hunter's the one to support him in, and Camille will get the refrag. Hyvana, no need to push mid. A big mistake by Mammoth. See, this is the thing that I consistently see in teams that are not perhaps in the best of quality game, or more so best of quality teams. They make horrible mistakes. They make horrible oversteps that cause them to lose rounds they potentially could have still won or should have won. The thing is, for example, GE Sports, they lose one. Mammoth immediately give them a round or a man back with Hyvana, and instead of GE Sports staying still, slowing down their round, slowing themselves down, no needing to push that fast, they effectively end up with pretty much running out mid, getting slaughtered by the rest of Mammoth. And that is the one crucial error you should never allow yourself to be found, or to find yourself in. Sure, it happens once, maybe twice per map, maximum. Everything else is unacceptable. Simply put, because it is too darn stupid to pull it off, really. TC moja lutka means you're my puppet. Logan, well, I appreciate it. That I am your puppet, I guess. Pulling my strings, pull my finger. It is going to be a 5-on-5 with pistols and Kevlar left on the side of GE, so there's not going to be much that they're going to be able to do unless, you know, the Deagles and the CZs are sounding off. Anti-Dutenberg, actually, or Anti-Dottenberg. I actually forgot how to pronounce him in Indian, or at least with the Indian accent, as he should be. Anti-Dottenberg. Anti-Dutenberg. Oh man, doesn't mind. I'm going to stop now. Never mind. Forget about that. A 5-on-5. Hyvana is at 14 HP, so there's that. Ooh. Hunter in a dangerous spot. I'm surprised he's standing at car so valiantly. On side pond filler. Oh, no, not a single kill. This could certainly change things for the worse. Hunter has 19 HP. One bullet is as good as gone. And GE, they might actually win around. There it is. Okay, Rexy finally hitting those shots as Hunter should not be wielding an AWP. Let me admit that right now. If he is at car, he needs to kill 1 or 2 players minimum. That is the minimum amount he needs to get. And Pasha Shahil will be caught. Oof. Zorinek and Kamel, the 2 Polish boys. Oof. The ping is quite bad, but Zorinek is going to be able to connect in the end. And GE Sports bring out a victory. Well done. Well played. Moving on into the 20th. We're now approaching our final 10 rounds or 11 rounds of the first map. It's going to be a winner one way or another coming out of this. Could be overtime, could just be a complete turnaround by GE dominating Mammoth. 4 kills on Tito though. He's having a pretty quiet game. GE going about their business pretty casually. They're simply taking control of mid, going through short, trying to make sure they keep themselves composed and, more than anything, keeping map control in their hands. They want to reach A, though, through short. It's pretty evident right now. Camel flashes out. There we go. This is the first wave coming in. There's still 2 players left on B. Not sure why exactly, but... they should be pulling at least one towards mid. Now that there's been a lot of presence noted by Mammoth on short, they should be aware of it. Antidote. Okay. Antidote. So it's antidote. Okay. Fair enough. Antidote. Hunter finds himself the kill still. Tito, good refrag. His 5th kill, finally getting in an opening. Even if he dies now, that's all he had to do. And Hyva now will be shut down by Rexy. That's it. Now 3 on 3. And GE have to be very, very careful moving forward. It is 15 seconds remaining, and it's going to be a peek coming out from Hunter. Excuse me, from Bonfiller. Or maybe just Pond, really. Perhaps the easiest way to call him. Pasha, Pond, and Hunter. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense, I guess. A 3 on 3 retake. Let's see how this one works out. No utility on the side of Mammoth. They don't even have a defuse kit. It's all eyes on the rifles, and Zorek and Antidoten will find what they need. It shall be Hunter with a single kill. Instead, it is Antidote that shuts it down easily and puts GE onto 9 rounds. 2 to remain, or more so 2 to go to tie it up, as Mammoth Gaming are being put to a halt with their buys, or at least with their plays. Tito will find himself one. Good pop flash action. Actually, Mammoths making it out with 2 kills. Fairly well done. Good little sequence they play off with. Certainly something you would expect out of a team that comes into the grand finals. Excuse me, had to cough my lungs out. Do you see quality in Indian CS, or do I think there is no quality? Good question. You're actually one of the first people that would ask me a broad question like that. And I'm not just putting out Indian CS here. I'm putting all of CS that is not tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 CS. I've casted a lot of both. I've casted a lot of games of pretty much all tiers. Most of them had been tier 3, tier 4, and a lot of tier 2. Quite a few tier 1s as well. And I will admit that there is a very large difference between, for example, if we have to take it into context. I'll give you the whole context in a brief second. Let's see, or a brief second, excuse me. Let's see how this one plays off. I'm actually interested. Oh, nice, well done by Rexy. Taps it away. Is ready for the peak. Denies the play-in. Pretty much gives GE the refrag they needed. Camel might be lost, but it's a 4-on-4 now. GE can win. Pop flash to the short yet again. Tito, here we go. It's going to be an A execute coming through. Asta, he's going to go on to... Of course, he's going to go on to platform now, pushing short. Ooh, this might not be a wise decision. They're going to be jumping into 4 players. Oh, Hasta going through the pop flash, but it was not perfect. One of the players was not blind, and that's what happens. It's all eyes on Pasha Shahil. He's going to have to get 2 kills. He gets the 1. That's enough. Perhaps can he get 1 more? Save the day for Mammoth. Unfortunately denied, as Antidote will be able to take him down. And Tito, accurate to deny anything else afterwards. Hunter already on the save. So this is where we have a chance to talk about the quality of CS. As I've said, I need to give you context before I give you my full opinion, because you have to understand in what context I am looking at the games themselves. So if we take a look at the perspective of aim, of overall quality of play, how well they take duels, how well they play angles, I have to say that this is actually the best game I have seen out of Indian CS up to this point, or at least the best approximation of a pretty standard matchmaking game, I guess you could say, like Global Elite's, I don't know, Supreme or level 7, 8 Face It game, something like that. And then if I take a deeper look into the gameplay itself, it is pretty random at times. There are not many rounds where it seems like they have a constructed game plan, both on the CT and the T side. On the CT side, usually constructed game plan means, okay, you have a default, you play, like, for example, say, on Dust 2, you usually play a 1B, 1 mid, 3 guys A style, or you play a 2-3 setup where you have 2 players on B, 1 in window, 1 on somewhere on site, somewhere close to upper, kind of holding tunnels, and the guy in window holding mid, and then really you just variate between the 2-3 different styles you like to play. With the 3 guys on A, not also being 3 guys consistently there, like you go with 3 guys on long initially, you take long, you put 1 guy in pit, pull back with 2 guys, put 1 on site, and put the 3rd guy into CT or towards B, depending where you really need him. It is not as, you know, it's not hard-coded, hard-lined, okay, this is what you have to do, this is what you do, etc, etc, this is how, no, it's really dependent on, each round is different, each round is unique to its own design. So the point is, for the CT side, we're not seeing much variation, we're not seeing much of anything really. They do go for the occasional pop flash, for the occasional play, but mostly they're just playing a default. They like to push short a lot of times, but it is mostly single man pushes, like one-on-one pushes or just single pushes where if they don't get the kill, it results with an entry for the enemy, and afterwards, you know, the CTs aren't able to get the refrag, or if they do, they still lose 1 more afterwards. It's just kind of a messy thing. Now, what you like to see, this is what I actually love to see. This was actually really a bright idea by Mammoth. They wanted to boost short, as we could just see, but they were too late to do it. They should have been doing it a lot earlier than they did, actually. It should have been already up by the time the T players enter lower. The boost should have already been there. Instead, they boosted while the Molotov had already been released and flying, etc, etc. So, you know, the timing is a bit off. Certainly the idea is there, but overall, as I said, it is mostly just a standard default that most of the teams play here and not really, you know, go about their business doing too much of a complex tactic. Although Dust 2 is not really a map that is very complex to play. It does demand good aim, it does demand good pre-fire and good crosshair positioning, but overall, other than that, it is more of just a frag game, basically. There's not much you really need to do in order to win it. Like, you don't need to be very tactically adept at it. I mean, you need to know what you're doing, you need to know how to adjust your rotations. On the CT side, it's more about rotations. And see, the in-depth... The thing is, giving you context, it's very hard to tell you, or more so to describe it to you, because context, for me, is the whole game. I take everything at face value what I see in this game, because the longer you play it, and if you really put your mind to it, if you really dwell on it, you understand the game at a core, at its basics, at its core. This is where you really start to see things that perhaps would have been done better. Obviously, it's a bit of a different thing when you're casting and you see everything on the server, sure. But as I've said, the point is, the difference between, for example, European CS and American CS is the fact that most European players, if they really are playing, if they're not like complete shit, as, you know, everywhere are, usually you see, well, a pretty bad game. You don't see much quality, you don't see much of anything when it comes to shit players, right? And the difference between Europe and USA is most European players are much smarter in that regard, that they play much better. At least, you know, the majority is smarter, European that is. And then you take anywhere else in the world, usually aim is on point, as it is here, as I mentioned. Everybody has pretty decent crosshair positioning, perhaps not the best at all times, but certainly they adjust consistently to have their crosshairs, pre-fires, and aims on point. So that's already a very good sign. It gives knowledge that people understand, that knowledge, and more so it gives knowledge that people understand what is going on, that what is the basic necessity to even play this game. So the bigger point is, when you take only European CS into context, it is pretty simple to see, okay, these guys are very good, these guys are also decent, but they're lacking a lot of tactical things. They're lacking a lot of team play, communication, support, slowdowns, etc., etc. And then when you take a look at the broader spectrum of just not European games, or just not just European teams, everybody else deepened that lack of tactical team play, of tactical supporting each other, refragging, you know, just playing really good CS, not on the aim base, but on the team sense base of playing off of each other, having crossfires and such. That is where it deepens twice as much, or more so lacks twice as much of that, as opposed to most regular European teams. That's the whole point. But I think that's the difference in being that Europe has developed with CS. CS had been in Europe at the beginning. I mean, obviously America as well, but competitive CS. CS where it actually was played professionally was mostly in CS in any case. Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is certainly a lot better than what you usually see. I've casted some Indian games, some Indian tournaments in the past, and it had been quite a disaster. Fun thing is, I actually casted Forsaken, the guy that was banned about a year ago, in 2018, January, February, and I mean, pretty bad. Still bad. Even with cheats, very bad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Back to the game it is. 14-11. It is a pretty convincing comeback for GE. This is what I talked about when we opened up the second half. GE, will they take the lead? Will they take the momentum in their favor? Yes, they are. It is pretty much a very convincing return for global esports. And Ivana from Windows going to find himself one. Good pop flashes coming out. Ponfilla able to help him out. But Rexy refrags. He's been so accurate for this second half. Another one for Rexy. Double already. Ponfilla is on the boss, on the box in CT, but is unable to hit the shots. And it's a 3-on-3 retake coming out from Mammoth on B. One of the hardest sites to retake in CT, or more so on in CSGO, in CS in general. B bomb site on Dust is honestly it is the hardest site to retake, hands down. Here we go. An AWP on Hunter. He has to hit the first mark. Ponfilla will be caught. So does Pasha. That's it. 15-11. Map 1 is about to end. And that is it. That should be the game ending. At least should be the map ending. Mammoth Gaming, their map pick. Unfortunately, they've ran out of juice. Their money has ran out dry. They'll have a few FAMASs. An AUG, maybe a second. No, it's going to be Ivana with an MP9 and a UMP. But the rest, yeah, not really much you can do about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got kind of carried away there about all that. I'm sorry. The point is, it's very hard for me to explain the difference. But basically, it comes down to team play and quality of team play. Good refrag for Mammoth, but goodbye Ponfilla. He's about to be taken down. His antidote is at the ready. And yeah, Asta and Hunter are 2-on-4. Even with an M4 or an AUG, they shouldn't be getting much out of this. And as it is, a 1-on-4. Oh, he's been spotted. Well, there it is. 16-11, ending of the game. It had been a fun first map to see. Certainly a bit of a slow start for GE. But they've made a comeback. They made it back into the game. Yeah, just to clarify, I casted Forsaken when it was like half a year before he got banned. So not sure exactly when. In any case, we are back at it again. We will come back into our second map a little bit later. It's going to be Inferno, about 5-10 minutes break. I'm not sure how long. So stay tuned, gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in so far into the Cobx Masters India Close Qualifier. The winner, of course, going to the grand final. Or, excuse me, the winner going into the main tournament, $100,000 tournament in Mumbai that will be played, I believe, in April in India. Until we go into our second map, though, enjoy a little bit of music, a bit of a commercial, and I will see you all, guys, moving into our second map. My name's Over. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at OverCRT. Until then, have a good one, and I'll see you very soon.
said we let it go, but we settled for the last. Couldn't let you want it though. Who am I to let you down? No. Who am I to let you down, down, down?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second map of the, of course, Cobx Masters India Close Qualifier. This is the grand finals. The winner goes on to the $100,000 tournament, where they will play, of course, well, internationally known teams, I guess you could say. In any case, we are jumping into our second map. It is going to be Inferno, and it is going to be a best of 3 we're watching. So this is the map where it's all going to come down to, whether it's all going to be decided who takes the victory, or will it be map 3? Perhaps Mammoth are able to return Inferno and, well, draw themselves out of this hole they dig themselves in. But it is going to be a difficult task at hand. GE Sports will be starting on to, of course, the CT side. And they will be kicking off by having a smoke, a flash, and a diffuse, but no... a nade, no diffuse, actually. That's an interesting choice. Antidote will actually find the entry. That's a good start coming out from GE, but, ooh, there's a bit of a playthrough where it's long, but Rexy and Antidote... they're both cleaning house, and it's going to be an easy one more for Rexy as well. It looks like things are not going to go as sweet and as smooth as they should. And Hunter, a 1-on-5. Well, it's going to be a 5-on-none. As GE will find themselves to win the pistol once more. It looks like we'll have another good start coming out for GE, as we did... on Dust 2, as they started off pretty well there. I mean, we gotta consider they were winning 6-1 at one point. It looked like they might be even able to take the half quite convincingly sooner rather than later. But I guess in the end it did kind of show that perhaps it's not going to be as easy as imagined. Now, we do have pistols in Kevlar Mammoth, and they can do serious damage. I love the fact some of the players are very I guess you could say very smart with how they play with their Deagles and their P250s. They don't necessarily just run out at them, but they want to force the engagement out of GE. They want to force force themselves and them into a one-on-one fight where they can potentially take the victory. Now Camel sprays it through the smoke. Lucky Astar that he's able to survive. As that MP9 could have taken his head off. This is our second map. Keep that in mind. And look at this. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Rexy finds two. It's a Star that gets the team kill even. Still going to be Camel that might be in a bit of a troublesome spot though, as he is, well, not really troublesome at all once he takes down all two players, or more so the rest of the two players remaining. Fair enough. I guess that's how it goes down. 2-0 GE. Off to a pretty cool beginning. The Awesome Man 62 would be the matches of tomorrow be casted? I don't know. I thought this was the grand finals. I thought this was the last match. Is it not? Perhaps I'm wrong in this case. I'm not sure. But I'm fairly certain this is the grand finals, unless I'm absolutely wrong there. But in any case, it's gonna be pistols no more. 2 Galils, AKs, and utility on the side of Mammoth. 1-0 for GE does mean that, well, if they win their own map pick Inferno, it's going to be the ending of the map pretty soon, or more so of the best of 3 pretty soon after. Or straight after, really, we should say. Entry to Mammoth, though. A pretty good start for Hyvana. Is able to find one at least. Here we go. Pushing through long. They'll go towards A through long itself. They'll try to overtake anybody trying to oppose them. And so far, it's Tito and Pit with the AUG. Very accurate, very deadly in a range like this. And look at this. It's going to be Hyvana and Ponfiller that refrag. Actually, Hunter finds his third. Or more so, the third. Okay, that's a lot better. That's actually a lot closer than initially imagined. This will turn things on its head and will provide a bit of a different potential outcome coming out of this early few rounds for us. Do keep in mind, this is not exactly the optimal start for GE. Their money is not yet established too well, and if they save the M4, they could actually buy. I actually see them buying. Tito has 3k, Camel has 3.5, Anti-Dottenberg, of course he's going to be limited to 1,400, but the rest, well, we've got 2 M4s on Tito and Camel. Zorinek can drop something, perhaps Antidote can drop something of a shotgun maybe even. Depends. Pause going to be called. As a technical pause being called by GE. Presumably, player disconnect. Maybe even an issue with TeamSpeak. It is not unheard of. In any case, gentlemen, this is our second map. This is where it's all going to come down to. If Mammoth wish to play in Mumbai, they're going to have to do a lot better than they did on Dust 2. That is for darn certain. Signify and Entity have matches today. Probably open qualifier. Well, this is... my friend, I'm not sure... maybe a new qualifier starts tomorrow. I'm not sure. Maybe the second qualifier starts tomorrow. I do not know of the details. But as far as I'm aware, this is the grand final of the close qualifier. Meaning that the winner of the close qualifier has already come either into the close qualifier either through an invite or through an open qualifier. Therefore, the open qualifier will not have a precedence over the close qualifier. I don't know how to describe this, but in any case, 2-1. And GE Sports, they've got an MP9, a CZ, and 3 M4s. As I imagined, they will force up. And this could actually work. This could actually go their way. There is a lot on the line. Zoranik, he gets one. Still a 4-on-4 somehow. Finally, Ponfilla will be able to take him down, as it is a 3-on-3 kept. GE Sports, they've got 2 players on long, and there's a guy coming in through B house. Oh, excuse me, CT house. This could work out. This could actually absolutely work out. See, he can't deny the plant. Obviously, not planted standard for short. A 3-on-3 though, with Pasha being at 18, this could actually be an end for Mammoth. It's Antidote that finds one, but Aster and Hunter are able to find 2 in return, and Rexy, he's unable to refrag or compete against Mammoth's defense. This will break GE, put them back onto an eco, and restart the game anew. Mammoth Gaming, certainly a lot better than early starts of Dust 2, but Inferno, we gotta keep in mind, is a map where you as the T cannot afford to relinquish map control. You have to fight at all costs for map control. If the terrorists do not decide to go for a quick play towards B or towards A, or some sort of a split towards A or B, you have to play for map control. Banana, top control, as well as apps, need to be on your hands on gun rounds. Obviously, anti-eco is a little bit different. You are allowed for more freedom, as the pistols are not as dangerous. But if, as the T player, as the T team, you allow your opponent to get banana control and apps control, you pretty much lock yourself out of a potential successful aggression. In any case, ecos, not really much to work on, not much to even speak of. GE, they're not gonna get anything done, or at least they shouldn't. Interesting that the open qualifiers are actually after the close qualifiers. I've never heard of that. So you guys said that tomorrow 2 of the best Indian teams play in the open qualifiers. Can I ask why they're not playing in the close qualifiers, or did they already play in the close qualifiers and got eliminated? Is that something that is a possibility that has happened? Because then, you know, one could argue that they are not perhaps the best Indian teams. In any case, full buy coming out. GE 5 M4s. So there's that. There's that amount, bit of information and firepower for them. Man boosted onto flowers. It's going to be, of course, Rexy with a smoke. Although, ooh, okay, yeah, not a problem. That's not too much of a problem. I initially worried that, you know, holding a smoke like that on an angle like that might be dangerous for him, but then noticed that he's standing well enough within a secluded position that it would be first Camel taking a fight before Rexy would ever meet any enemies. Bonfilla, he decides to draw back from house. I guess he realizes it's a little bit too dangerous to try and wait in apps and try and peek balcony. Certainly no need for it. And Mammoth Gaming, as I said, establishing map control. See, this is it. I'm loving this from Mammoth Gaming. They're showing a good understanding as to how to work around a full buy round of GE. Now, the second good thing for Mammoth is they've got a ton of equipment, ton of utility they can work with, and they can draw rotation from GE. Perhaps we'll see if this actually works out, although for the moment there's still 3 guys on B. But ooh, the rotations from Antidote do come, but it's a little bit too late for the party for Mammoth. It's going to be Camel with 1 on Flower, 2nd for Antidote. As Rexy will find 1 more, and it looks like everything will go according to plan for of course, GE. The round is theirs. Goodbye, a star. Tied up. Full buy though coming back. Obviously the money is quite high still for the T side. Inferno, a very difficult map to play from both sides. And the point is, rotations have to be on point on the CT side, while for the Ts, you have to have a very good timing and a very good understanding as to when to hit and when to take a site. For example, if they would be doing the execute as they did and just waited about 5 to 10 seconds longer on Banana. Instead of pushing immediately, doing the execute immediately, just give 5 to 10 seconds for the fake to actually work. There's a high chance Antidote would have already been in CT by the time the execute would have started, and then it would be too late for Antidote to help them with the defense. Instead, it was the other way around. An Antidote, he's gonna get one. Astardo finding one more. Make it double, actually. Why? Well, Haivana, excuse me. Able to secure the refrag as well. That's it. That's the round gone. Camel and Rexy. Oof. Nice attempt, or at least will be a nice attempt. Still a 1-on-2, actually. Camel. 120 HP. There it goes, okay. There it goes. Hunter. 4-3. GE onto another eco. Ah, fair enough. Okay. I will admit, I did not know of this, the details of the tournament itself. So it's certainly very nice to get to know this. I appreciate all the information of it. And Haivana is gonna get the entry, but Camel is able to refrag, get away scot-free. He's still alive. Keeps himself with a Mach 10 and another smoke. This is perfect. GE, this is a round they can actually win. They've got 2 more Kevlars to support this. A Deagle, a CZ. A lot of firepower available. Oh, Antidote. There it is. He's going to deploy a little bit of vaccine to Asta. A shame that he dies, but he gets a kill for free. He's got no Kevlar. He's only got a USPS. Not surprised that he dies, although saving the day. Nishan Tahuya, hey buddy. Welcome to chat. Of course, welcome for everybody who has just tuned into the game. This is the Cobx Masters India close qualifier. Well, 2 players on A's side, actually. This could work out. Zornik, he's gonna find nothing. Tito was able to snap away at Pasha at least, and Zornik re-peaks. Missing all of his shots, though. Losing Tito will be a lot more difficult to win all of a sudden. Camel coming through long, and he spots one, sprays it perfectly, doesn't get the kill, but plays so low, though. There's the there's the 5-7. It's a 1-on-1, no time to plant. Oh, Camel, though. He's expecting that he's gonna wait, and he pre-fires, gets the shot. Accurate as hell. And it shall be 4-4. GE win on top of an eco. They're able to secure the victory. And it's gonna be Mammoth Gaming the losers against Pistols and Kevlar. That is a darn shame. And that is... See, when we go back, or more so when we return back into the description as to, you know, what teams lack. See, that is where things should have gone differently for Mammoth. They split up too much. They knew they were up against Pistols, yet they still split. And they allowed themselves to be caught, well, in a pretty nasty scenario. And unfortunately for them, it was resulting in their deaths. Camel saving the day, 150 ping. Well, as much as it's difficult for him to shoot anybody, it is the same difficulty for the rest to shoot at him. Because at 150, 140 ping, when you rise above 100 ping, that is where the real problem begins. That is where actually you as a player is having, or more so will be having issues hitting the guy with that much ping already. So, you know, it's kind of a two-way alley, or more so a two-edged sword. But in any case, 4v4, or 4-2-4, with a bit of a banana take coming out from Mammoth. They're going to be running through the Molotov. The pop flash will work out. Now Rexy finds one. Rexy burns a star still. Damn. Going through the Molotov is pretty... Oh, what? Oh, what? All 3 died? Oh my god, Mammoth. One of the reasons you never run through banana without smokes, unless you want to die. If you want to put, like, the point is, if you want to take top banana, you should be ready to extinguish the Molotov immediately once you do it. And obviously the first player, he was already past the Molotov. By the time it started to develop, he was already at car. But unfortunately, when you push through and you're blinded out, you die. But the two remaining players that were there, they should have had a smoke in the hand to extinguish it and keep on pushing or fall back. Either way, they shouldn't have died. Rexy, 3k, easy. 4v2, Hunter and Ponfilla. They're coming through long and Camel hears it. Falls back, takes a few pot shots, forces Hunter to respond. Gonna take another fight, still gets the kill. Zorinek with a pop flash. Not exactly a full bind though, so that was not exactly a flash assist, but fair enough. Hunter. Not gonna do more than a single kill, and GE 5-4, another eco dope for Mammoth coming up. That's gonna be a problem for them, as they're gonna be forced to play with very little utility. Maybe a few Kevlars. I certainly would like to see perhaps a Kevlar or two. They have enough for it. We are yet to even see an AWP as well, and we shouldn't be seeing an AWP the next either, as Ivanat does not have enough to afford it. He will have around $5,300, $400. Antidote, of course. With an op of his own. Deep banana smoke deployed. Pretty standard. Banana takes coming out. And this is as standard as it goes for GCT side. Although they're not very ready for the push towards banana deep this early. They will be able to secure the kill still, as it is pistols they're facing without Kevlars. Good pop flash, but Camel, the pre-fire, also the crosshair positioning was perfect. Another pop flash, he's gonna find one, make it two, and the third, yes it will be. It's a 4K overall, as he saves the day and also saves the writing on the wall. GE, they're doing a good job. This is gonna become much more difficult for Mammoth all of a sudden. The money for GE is rising ever so slowly. We've already got a 5k on both Antidote and Camel. It's going to be Tito and Zorinek saving a little bit more in behind this. And Mammoth. I mean, with 4 rounds on Inferno T side, usually in old Inferno, 4 rounds T side, you would say, it's not that good, but it's much more acceptable than, you know, anything else than that. But we would dare say it right now, it certainly has to be 5, 6, 7 rounds for Mammoth minimum. I would say 6 rounds is the bare minimum Mammoth need on this first half in order to contend against GE. After what we saw on Dust 2, given the fact it was Mammoth's map pick as well, I can't imagine them being able to go up against GE if they lose this first half with a bigger difference than 1 or 2 rounds. A relatively slow round. I respect that. Mammoth taking their time. They have map control established. They're forcing utility to be thrown from GE. Although, very smart decision that there's a few Molotovs kept. They're not abusing it till the end. 35 seconds remaining. It's a fake towards A, going back towards B afterwards. 2 players already posted deep banana. And this might just draw another rotation from GE. And just might do it, actually. As Camel's already running through CT, certainly this is where Mammoth succeed. This is what Mammoth needed to do the first time round, and they will be very successful in their fake, leaving only Antidote and Berg to be alone on B. With 15 seconds left, he misses the first shot. Now he re-peaks and he dies. And Camel, he sprays through, can't get anything. 19 HP, 7 seconds remaining, enough to plant. And that is it. Mammoth, well done. That is the fake. That is how you want to play a fake, and how you'd expect a fake to be played. If they had done this for the first time round, they would have been successful, and I'm happy to see them correct their mistakes. Hunter finds 1. It's a good refrag from Zorinek, as he finds 2, actually. Astahi was in pool, not sure why exactly lingering there, but it's gonna be Ivana to take down Rexy. It's still Ponfilla in a 1-on-1. Zorinek coming close, he's got the defuse kit as well, 150 ping. It's gonna be enough, the headshot is imminent. And it shall be a 4K and a saving grace for GE Sports, as they will win a round and they will keep themselves in the lead, 7-4. And Mammoth, even though they succeed in their fake, they are not playing the afterplants too well. The player in pool should have either relocated into CT or back to site. The two players on site should have been sticking together into a crossfire from dark into the corner of triple and from triple into the corner of dark. That is it. That's how you play that crossfire. Otherwise, you die. And unfortunately, it will be exactly so. Dying along the way. Mammoth, they have enough for 4 AKs and a Galil, but they only have 3 smokes. No fakes this time. Not much utility behind it as well. They can't afford to be careless. They're already playing on the new patch, by the way, gentlemen. To anybody in chat, hopefully you're enjoying the game, hopefully enjoying the series. My name's Over, by the way. Nice to meet you all. Well, there goes one. Tito missing his shot. Excuse me, not Tito. Antidote missing his shots. Hibana and Pasha. Okay, Pasha finds 3 overall. Or 2 overall, actually. Denies the defense. Single-handedly saves the day for Mammoth. This could be it. The turning point in this game. As I've said, remember, Mammoth, as long as they keep this half at a 2-round difference minimum or maximum, they're good to go. And Pasha, ooh, he's got an op. Doesn't matter. Rexy is not going to be missing. I'm also not going to be hitting anything. So far, Mammoth able to contend. And see Zornik even calling out the nice shots from Pasha. Pretty well played out. Pasha tying down both defenders perfectly. The spray down was complete. It was accurate. And it was just darn perfect. It will be a saving grace for Mammoth that they'd win. They've got to deal with an AWP again on Antidote, a UMP and AUG, and 2 pistols. Very little utility, but the boost will happen. And this was where Zornik can actually get a free kill. He spots one of the players. He does. He gets the kill. That's it. That's what we wanted to see. I'm loving this. Finally, a little bit of innovation as well coming into this play, coming into this game. This will ease ways through for the up-and-coming rounds. Ooh, Antidote hits the shot, can't get the kill though, it's a wall bang. And Mammoth Gaming deciding to go aggro towards Banana, interesting decision. They meet an AWP and they decide to push it quite hard. Oof, Antidote, he's gonna find 2, it's enough. He does burn in the end. But the 2 kills is what gives a chance to GE to retake this. And Zornik, he might be spraying through the smoke. But it's not really going to be too successful yet. Zornik burns. He still gets the shot. He goes straight through the Molotov and triple. It's all eyes on Pasha and he's burning alive. He's about to die. Even if he doesn't get shot by the pistol. He does burn and GE save themselves the saving grace. Or more so save themselves a very uncomfortable position. And this is where the... See, guys, this is where actually the real changes of economy comes to play. Well, I kind of spoke about this on Dust 2. To the people that might not understand this. Basically, as you can see, 4 rounds won in a row by the CTs. This does translate that the loss bonus for the Ts was now at maximum, 3,400. Once they won this game, it got put back to 2,400. And, well, they're now at 2,400 loss bonus. That is because, well, they only lose they go 1 down by 1 level down. That's it. And, well, they are able to buy on top of it. 4 AKs, a UMP, that's enough. Deep smoke. Not sure if... No, it was not yet deployed. Interesting. Let's get deployed now. Mammoth not abusing the scenario that the banana take was not that successful for GE early on, or at least not that early. Could have been Mammoth punishing GE for that mistake and that slow play. Instead, it is going to be a bit of an A hit coming out. Mammoth gearing up for a short play. on short. Of course, 2 players already lingering on. It's gonna be Hyvana. Hyvana gonna be taken down. Zorine sprays it out. He gets one more? No. Tito catches him off, but it's still gonna be a 3-on-3 as Pasha, excuse me, Sahil will get himself at least one. Now look at this, Antidote. He's gonna hit the shot he needs. And it's all eyes on Pasha. He gets one more kill. He saves the round potentially. Oh, both players so low. One bullet. They both die. They do. Pasha, beautiful plays. All eyes on Rexy. He brings it back to a 1-on-1 though. As Hunter was able to shut down Tito in an immediate return by Mammoth. It's the clutch round we were waiting for. Hunter has to hit the headshot. He spots the player, but unfortunately the peak will be better for Rexy. And it will be the round for Rexy. 9-5. And Mammoth's last chance to turn this one around. Their loss bonus back at 2,900. And they will not have enough money to reinvest, unfortunately. This is it. The final curtain is falling. It is the 15th, the last round of the first half, gentlemen. And it is all eyes on Mammoth. Can they make it 9-6? Can they make sure that they are not going to be behind 5 rounds? Two MP9s and AK M4. A lot of firepower. Hunter still wins the duel. Camel pushing through the smoke. Interesting decision. Should not have seen, or more so should not have played it like that, but he does still. Here comes a bit of a B execute. Pop flash across. It's going to be Rexy that holds from second box. He gets one. Gets dinged. And he will fall now. Though there's no smoke in CT. Antidote. He's still waiting in rockets. He gets one. He jumps forward though. Why? But no reason to. It was a 3-on-2 that they could have played from. Asta and Ponfilla. Back into a 2v2 clutch. Zorine. He pushes the smoke. He spots the player behind the... Ooh. Oh, what? Tito? Okay, he's pulling out the Molotov while actively peeking an angle. Huge mistake to make in any game, in any player, or by any player. And whoever you ask, that is something that should never had happened to Tito. He had a 1-on-2 that he could easily won. Both players so low. All he has to do is pull the nade once he's not peeking the angle, then throw it by wiggle peeking or immediately jumping back in. In either case, Mammoth 9-6, they save the day. And it is the T-side GE take up. This is the Cobx Masters Indian close qualifier. And the winner goes to the goes into the main event. $100,000 on the line. Camel, he's the one with utility. Let's see what he uses it for. Feels like a B play. Yeah, it will be actually. At least for the most part. Perhaps a bit of a fake out, but they're committing a lot of their resources towards B. Not a single man towards second mid. Usually this signifies this is a pure on B hit. And, well, Pasha is alone. This is it. Pasha, he's blinded out, has to pull back. No Kevlar means he can't really take a fight. He's got a smoke, a nade and 2 flashbangs. Better save them for better times. This nade is not going to do much damage at all. Not any damage at all, actually. Bit of a wasted nade. Could have been thrown later on. Pop flash into pool and into banana. Good pop flash, actually. Rexy finds one. Don't make it 2. Make it 3, Rexy. An antidote. It's easy. Make it seem easy more so. 10-6. And Mammoth Gaming forced to play an eco. What a turnaround. Although no eco will be played, this is something I said on Dust. Remember, the CTs are allowed to force. They have the money for it, and they will force up. We've got a Mech 7. We've got the CZs, the 5.7. It is all Gucci for Mammoth. A lot of smokes as well, surprisingly enough. GE sticking together, again going B. Smokes deploying though, and Asta takes a few pot shots, actually dinks Tito. Okay, that I guess works out somehow. Oh no, he's rotating. Oh, this could come back to bite them in the ass, although the rotation might just be right, actually. Oh lord, GE, they are pulling back towards A and Haven. Well, okay, he peeks out long. Or short, gets a kill. Unfortunately for the rest of his teammates, they're not as lucky or as accurate. Ponfilla with a max 7 though. The dangerous part is that he gets a single shot off and he kills anybody who's close range. Easy rounds, easy games. It is a 3-on-2 and oh, Tito. Yeah, he's already made his way through and Hunter checks it but can't react in time. No head armor as well. 11-6, a result that will propel G2, or GE, excuse me, quite steadily forward towards a possible victory of a 2-0 result. Another eco, obviously. As Mammoth did force up the last. Didn't work out. More so, it really pains me to say this, but it's a nice force, but you really have to make it work. And if you don't make it work, then you have to basically save that Kevlar. You have to save as much as you can. Get yourself in a good, decent, economical spot. Ooh, Antidote. He's alone on mid. Gonna be tagged by 5 men. Okay. That's an AK for Pasha. But B-side's lost. So there's that. What? Camel? Peaks banana? Okay. Zornik and Rexy, they go in blindly. Doesn't matter though. Zornik and Tito will be able to clear house. Although the last man surviving Tito though, if he dies, that's the round gone. Certainly not exactly the most optimal of positions that we could imagine here for GE. The investment is here though. 2 M4s, AUGs, and an AWP. There will be not a single diffuse. Oh, not a single diffuse kit being bought. A huge mistake by Mammoth. And this actually can come back to haunt them. Especially if it comes down to a 1-on-1 or something like that. A clutch round with 6-7 seconds remaining on the bomb. Oh, and the shadow betrays Hyvan, and it's Tito with a double. And he's gonna push on forward. Gonna be denied by Ponfilla, thank God, but ooh, Hunter coming to peek. He might get a kill. Yes, he does. It's a smoke into CT that hits him, but it's still a 3-on-3 that he keeps it. Pop flash on top mid, though, by Camel. He allows Zornik to go for the hunt. And I'm not sure, but Zornik, I think he was hurt. Yeah, he was certainly hurt and long. And both players on the CT side are watching long. This might not actually work out too well for them. Camel coming through short with the support of Antidote. 12-6 might just be coming 13-6 pretty soon. Zornik gets one Ponfilla refrags, but it doesn't matter. Camel was able to catch onto Asta. And it leaves Ponfilla alone to deal with this mess at hand. It's a pretty poor scenario he has to go for. As Camel is waiting on site patiently, hiding behind the box. And, you know, sure enough, why not? But 13-6, another eco for Mammoth. And it's do or die time coming up. Not eco. Okay, no eco. It's a force buy. MP9, CZ, AWP, glass cannon. I'm not particularly fond of this. I will be honest. Would have been much better to see an eco or pistols and Kevlar and play 14-6 and then try and make a comeback from then where you all have utility. Instead, it's Astar with a double. Wait a second. Okay. What? Astar picks out 2 kills so easy, so quickly, so simply. That is just perfect. By the way, the auto director is giving us a bit of a headache. But it works out for Mammoth somehow. It works out well. Still a dangerous position they're in, but it certainly gives them a fair chance of victory all of a sudden. A comeback, Israel, if you will. And ooh, Zora. Yeah, he takes a shot. No. Astar. Oh. Did they have a... Yo, everybody has a Molotov. Zornik as well. Oh, what? Come on, Zornik, how do you lose that? Maybe the ping is in affecting him, but still, that was surely a victory for him. Or at least should be. 2v4, and it's going to be Camel that tries to save his teammate. Spots Pasha as well. Hunter should not be dying. Same goes for Pasha. It's only Ponfil on side. 15 HP, no Kevlar, 1 bullet. He's gone. And it's at 4k for Camel. Does he get the ace? Antidote in pit, and then Hyvan. This is it. It's all eyes on Hyvan. He needs to be the Angel of Mercy, and he spots Camel. He's going to deploy Molotov. No, he decides against it. Oh no, he made a mistake. The Molotov comes in too late. Now Camel has time to draw back, and he does even get the kill. The ace is there. 14-6. And it's pretty much the end bell tolling. 3 M4s, 2 FAMASs. Oh, okay, an MP9, not a FAMAS. No utility besides a few smokes. Actually, a lot better utility than you would imagine initially. A few smokes, a single molly, a few flashbangs. No diffuse kit is what really bothers me the most, but... yeah, these rounds are pretty close, actually. Far closer than initially imagined. Yet, still no diffuse kit, which is a surprise. Asta, lucky that Camel is missing his pre-fire. Zoranek can't respond to the play and the rush. Hunter takes down Rexy going through the smoke. Not sure what exactly that was an attempt for, but GE again lose 2 men early on. They're back down to a 3v5. Well, I guess Hunter does it again. A 4k as well. As he saves the day. 14-7. And an eco for GE. We'll take a bit of a slowdown here. We'll take a bit of a slow-paced turn. GE shouldn't be getting much here. Although they could potentially get them. Double for Hunter. And the round is gone. GE shouldn't be getting anything more than a bullet to the head. A pretty simple way of finishing a round. We'll see if... ooh la la, Star makes a bullet to the head. Camel makes it a little bit more dangerous, especially the Deagle and Anti-Dontenberg. And Tito as well, and there's the headshot. There's a single player left on side, that's Asta. If he gets taken down, and he does get taken down, but the bomb, unfortunately, is still in the hands of Mammoth. Although this is certainly going to open up new venues of attack for GE. A 3v3 with 45 seconds remaining. All CT players are deeply embedded into Banana. They're all posted here and they're all waiting for the moment to take a crack at trying to defend it. There goes one. Oof, Tito still gets a frag. Luckily, Hunter is able to deny it all, and Hunter should be able to pick up another 4K perhaps. 14 seconds, not enough time to plant, and Hunter will find the 4K. As imagined, as expected. Hunter certainly raising in the ranks. He found 8 kills within the last 2 rounds. So there's that, you know, there's that wealth of quality. As you can see, 21 kills for Rexy, 20 for Camel. Everybody kind of trailing behind him in the rest of GE, while for Mammoth it's a little bit more dispersed. 21, 16, 14, then 10 and 9. So certainly Pasha and Pond having a bit of a slower game, but it shows also in the result a little bit. 14-8 though, they're not out of the dark yet. They're not out of the deep blue sea yet. It's gonna have to be a pretty convincing victory for Mammoth. A pretty convincing comeback to be able to make it work. Rexy, what a reaction shot. Asta still gonna find Antidotenberg. Zorinet. Okay. I guess that's gonna kind of confirm that this round is gone. Camel, as good as he might be, he's not gonna get very far, and he gets 1 kill. Ooh, deals a bit of damage on Asta. But 14-9, we are in a pretty delicate position. This is it. We have 4 AKs, an AWP, a lot of utility. Both sides fully equipped, fully ready for this. All eyes on Mammoth to turn it back round. And save this series. Overpass is still waiting as the 3rd map. But it's going to be a long way to get there. Pretty much a default so far. There's Mammoth. It's playing very reactionary. I love this. They're not wasting too much utility early on. So far, they've been very vigilant as to how much utility they throw early in the game. 1 minute and 13 seconds left. The first smoke that they deployed onto B. Or the second one, actually. Excuse me. The 1 minute mark is where you really want to deploy a smoke like that. Ivana. If he misses Camel crossing through the smoke, he could be as good as dead, and he's hiding in that corner. He's hiding in that little position. Now he drops out of... Oh no, that's a Camel. 3 kills. Zornik with a second, and Asta the spray down, but Zornik is there to refrag. The fake will not exactly work out as GE realize, okay, A side is clear, guys. We don't need to go anywhere else. Just go to A, and we got the round. And Tito's baiting the shot will finally be caught by Hunter. Still a 3-on-2. And GE, 15-9. Will not escape them anymore. Mammoth. Unfortunately, the biggest problem of all here is the fact that their loss bonus has now been reset completely. This is far worse than if they had just lost 1 round and it would have been 15-9 and they would start winning back again. First of all, many of you might not know the new economy. This will be the 3rd time I'll be saying it, but basically the point is, instead of receiving, for example, well, I mean, a lot worse. At least with the new economy, it will be a lot worse. Instead of receiving, for example, 2,900 loss bonus or 2,400, they will now receive 1,400 or between 1,400 to 1,900. I'm not sure exactly how much yet, but yeah, it was $1,900 loss bonus that they received as they lost 3 points, 3 levels of it. And as you can see, the saved economy that they had and the saved weaponries that they had will be enough to drop a few rifles more. But it's not looking too splendid. It's not looking too sweet. Mammoth Gaming, this is it. 15-9. Map and series point. And 6 rounds in a row is what they need. Decent nade. Okay, Hunter even hits the shot through the smoke. Or more so through the wall. Okay. Fair enough. I guess that works out. Mama not ready to give up yet. Oh, Zoranek, he's... yeah, okay, he decided against pushing forward, which was a smart choice, but... should have done so immediately. I guess it was a bit of a mid-split decision. But GE, they'll be ending up on B. 2 players to defend. This could still work out for GE, although it's all eyes on Mammoth. The pop flash is ready on Pasha, and Hunter spotting the first player coming out. Ooh, he's already got a corner on Rexy. If Rexy's not ready, he's gonna die. Good hit, but it's not a kill. That's a problem. The pop flash works out, though. 2-3 players are blinded out. Rexy, though. Oh, this time he's accurate. But Hyva now, what? Through the smoke, he finds 2 kills. Still a 2v3. 20 seconds. He's gonna push through the smoke. No, he just sprays down. Oh, Zoranek returns it, though. 2v2. My god. An antidote. And Zoranek. Oof, deadly Zoranek and Antidotenberg. And if this is it, Bond Finla. Not really gonna happen, not really gonna succeed. 16-9 final score, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Your victor will be GE Sports, or Global Esports, and they will be going into, well, the main event, into the main tournament. Of course, the Cobx Masters. That's gonna be in Mumbai. Gentlemen, it had been a pleasure, it had been fun. Until the next time, though, I bid you all farewell. I do not know about any sort of qualifiers tomorrow, if they're going to be casted or not. But in any case, it had been a pleasure, gentlemen. And until the next time, I bid you all farewell. Make sure to enjoy the stream coming forward. Make sure to follow the stream, of course, as well as make sure to follow me on chat, on Twitter, if you wish, at Overseard. In any case, it's been fun. Until the next time, have a good one, and goodbye.